Hey there, plebs and pros. Welcome back to another special Season 8 episode. I've got two battles to show you today, and they are going to demonstrate the Yveltal squad to get out of sticky situations. So, my opponent, first up, has got looks like a semi-Trick Room team. So, Porygon 2 and Mawile, very strong Trick Room duo. And looks like they've also got Zekrom with some hazard support from Shuckle and Breloom. Not sure what that Greninja's meant to do. And this is really cool because this is a good matchup for me. Not only does Serperior ruin the Trick Room strategy a little bit with its screens, but obviously Ditto can come in and just cause absolute havoc. It loves the Dragon matchup, so if Zekrom's here, then Ditto will probably be putting in some serious work. So I lead with the Screen Snake, out to cause some mischief, and here comes P2. So, because P2 is here, it's a dead giveaway that Mawile is also going to be in the back. So, I'm feeling reasonably good about this matchup. Yveltal should be able to do some good things against Mawile as long as we get that nice reflect up. So just go for the glare first on P2, and P2 just wants to fire off a tri-attack. So that's generally what I would do as well. I like that play. You want to deal a little bit of damage with P2 first, before you get the Trick Room, and maybe go down with P2 on the next turn and then bring out your Mega Mawile. I've actually used P2 and Mega Mawile quite a lot on Battle Spot singles. It's one of my favourite team styles to use, I think, for Battle Spot singles. So just throwing up the light screen, Serperior just doing its usual thing, and we get a nice paralysis proc there. Sorry, P2. And yeah, so now it's just time to get the reflect up. And I'm anticipating Trick Room fairly soon. So I do have Garchomp on the team now. Ferrothorn is out. Still haven't used Garchomp. Oh, we get the freeze proc there. So Garchomp is here to just provide Stealth Rock support and Pressure Alolan Muck, as well as the Ultra Necrozma. But yeah, I might actually switch it out for something else. So Mawile comes out now, and I'm surprised that they didn't want to go for the Trick Room with P2. Serperior is just going to be frozen there. Perfect opportunity to set up the Trick Room, so I'm a little bit confused by that decision. It's definitely what I would have done if I was versing a frozen Serperior. Anyway, they're going to Mega Evolve, and I'm kind of expecting them to Swords Dance. Like, they've got a frozen opponent. You want to, capitalize on that as much as you can. Anyway, they go for the Play Rough, which is interesting. Maybe they're just being wary of my Ditto. Maybe they don't want to boost only to have Ditto come in and whoop them. Alright, so now at this stage, I'm kind of unsure as to how I want to proceed. I could send Ditto out here and find out what Mawile's moveset is. And Mawile is going to be good against Porygon 2 as well, especially if it does get the Trick Room up. We can use Knockoff to knock off its Eviolite, and then it's pretty screwed after that. But yeah, I decided to send Yveltal out. Play Rough should only be doing maybe half my health behind Reflect. Mawile has absolutely absurd damage. It would probably knock Yveltal out in one shot without the Reflect, I think, with a Play Rough. So yeah, hoping they Play Rough and activate my weakness policy. I get my Heat Wave off first, which is nice. So yeah, if they had Trick Room up, they'd be putting me under a fair bit more pressure. Anyway, they go for the knockoff. I guess they didn't really think that I had Heat Wave. I do like the knockoff play. You got to be wary of weakness policy on Yveltal, I think. you know, it's got to be one of the really popular items on Yveltal. So I just go for another Heat Wave. They switch Porygon 2 in, and now we have to roll the dice a little bit. Porygon 2 is going to want to set Trick Room up now. It has to, if this guy wants to have any real chance of winning. But Porygon 2 is paralyzed, and I've got Dark Pulse, so I'm going to just cross my fingers and just hope that I get some cool hacks. So we get 1 flinch proc. Can we get 2? I'm pretty eager to not have to deal with Trick Room. So go for another Dark Pulse and paralyzed. So Porygon 2 really just getting a bit unlucky here. And Yveltal is putting in some serious work. So another Dark Pulse and P2 is going to go down, and I guess we can see if maybe the Greninja in the back can do something, or we'll find out. So P2 goes down, and my screens have now worn off, which is not really a big deal anymore because my weakness policy's gone anyway. So Breloom comes out, and I'm now obliged to switch. I can't have Breloom putting Yveltal to sleep. And if it Rock Tombs me, I won't be getting anything out of it. So make the switch here, bring out Ditto, and I'm expecting Spore. Because why not? It's the play that I would make. And my opponent decides to make the very gutsy play of a Swords Dance. So Yveltal could have just used Oblivion Wing there, and that Breloom would be down to its sash, and the game would be over. So very gutsy play from my opponent, but I do agree with that. You've got to play from... When you're playing from behind, you have to make those risky plays, so nice one. I get the speed tie there, get the first Mach Punch off. There, Mach Punch obviously doing a lot more damage because of Swords Dance and Life Orb. So not every day that you see Life Orb on Breloom. I wonder if it's a bit more viable in this format. Not really sure. Anyway, again, super lucky. We, well, there's a 50-50 chance. This is speed tie. So if my opponent had won that speed tie, they might have been able to... I don't know how much damage a Mach Punch would do at +2 to Yveltal, but... yeah, pretty dangerous. Anyway, I'm just going to go for Spore here. There's nothing more I can do. I could just Mach Punch, probably get the KO, but Spore is the safe play, so I'll just go for the safe play. Anyway, my opponent forfeits, and we get a win for the first battle. So let's move on to game number 3. So, my next opponent, West, has Tapu Lele, Volcarona, Landorus, Ferrothorn, Diancie, and Mimikyu. I haven't seen Diancie in the format yet. I'm not really sure how I feel about using your Mega slot as your Uber slot. It's, well, except for maybe Ultra Necrozma. You're really kind of putting all of your eggs into one basket there. Anyway, so very tempting to just lead with my usual trio. Serperior, Yveltal, and Ditto. I know that Diancie and Volcarona both like to boost, so does Mimikyu, so Ditto, this is very juicy for Ditto. Serperior is going to be outspeeding everyone, unless it's Scarf Volcarona. I don't know that Scarf Volcarona can knock me out in one shot. I have max HP investment on my Serperior. So, what is West gonna send out first? Trainer West. Here comes my Screen Snake, ready to cause havoc, and it's Landorus. So this is perfect. It might U-turn and do nice damage, but that's fine. Yeah, so just gonna Reflect first. Seems like the... or do I Glare? Maybe I Glare here. So the cool thing about Glare, obviously, is that you can, yeah, paralyze ground types. So they go for the Stealth Rock, which is a bit annoying. Obviously, Ditto's Sash will be broken, and Yveltal will be suffering from that stealth rock damage. It does not like to come in on rocks. Okay, so time to get a reflect up. Landorus is paralyzed, and so stealth rock, Landorus, it's explosion. Yeah. So explosion, I think explosion's cool on Landorus because you can set up quite well with stealth rock and rock tomb, and just get Landorus out of there. So you get a big damage off to your opponent, and then you get a free switch in for your sweepers. It's a cool set. Anyway, Tapu Lele comes out, and this is fine. I'm gonna outspeed and get my light screen up, and then we're gonna be in like really good position. Unless it's Scarfed Tapu Lele, and we see that it is Scarfed Tapu Lele. The Moon Blast comes out, and Superior goes down. So, I don't have light screen up, but I know that they're Scarfed, so they're not going to be doing heaps and heaps of damage. That's the downside about Tapu Lele giving it the choice scarf. It's so popular, but yeah. Anyway, so stealth rock damage kind of sucks. I'm wondering a little bit, I'm a bit worried about the range of this. Moonblast comes in, it's going to be doing big damage, and I go for Dark Pulse because I'm not sure if Oblivion Wing will get the KO at +2. I know Dark Pulse has one-shot Scarf Lele in the past, so I just go for the safe play and Dark Pulse Tapu Lele. So it would have been nice to have the health back there from Oblivion Wing, but yeah, we weren't taking another Moonblast anytime. So Mimikyu comes out, and I know I'm screwed. Definitely in Shadow Sneak range, and my opponent can use Shadow Sneak. I can't use Sucker Punch because of the Psychic Terrain, but because I'm in the air, they're allowed to hit me. Anyway, they go for Shadow Claw. I don't know if they realized that, like that they could have just used Shadow Sneak. They might not. Anyway, I'm pretty worried at this stage. I'm really like thinking, there's a pretty good chance I'm gonna lose from here. I have to break Mimikyu's disguise and tank like 2 hits probably. So I know I've still got Reflect up. That's all I've got going for me. And Shadow Claw has a higher chance to crit as well. So I'm in a very vulnerable situation here. It's almost anyone's game. So here comes Shadow Claw number 1, and it does pretty good damage. So now I get the disguise broken. We've got to do a speed tie. I'm looking at that roll and thinking, am I going to survive another one? I think I would survive another one actually. But anyway, so that Reflect is really doing some work. Thanks once again, Superior, for that. Anyway, hopefully my Shadow Claw can knock this... Well, yeah, Shadow Claw will always knock Mimikyu out, just about. Get the outspeed, don't even have to worry about tanking that second hit, and we get a win over Trainer West. So, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time on the journey from Pleb to Pro.